Everybody, welcome back to the Harmonix live stream. I don't know why Eric is laughing already. I just started talking. Oh, my floating Diet Coke down here. We're sponsored by the Ghost of Diet Coke this week. We are here again this beautiful Monday in Boston. It's about 100 degrees outside. It is air conditioned in our office, though, so we are here to show you some more Fantasia Music Evolved gameplay. This week, unlike last week, we actually have posted now last week's walkthrough of bits of the Shoal and The Press and some songs to YouTube. So you can check us out on youtube.com/harmonixmusic. Yes? Yes. Harmonix Music. And we have a great walkthrough there that you can check out and enjoy. And this week we'll be showing you some more stuff from those levels. We have Jessa in the chat, making sure you all behave yourselves. We have Eric and Joe on the boards. And we are going to do a great show. Hopefully you enjoy it. Yes, we have the Ghost of Diet. What's that, Diet Coke? You want to say something? Don't forget me. Okay. We have lost our minds. We're coming down off V3. So I'm going to walk over to our other set now. I'm going to sit straight down, and the world will magically fix it. Here we go. Oh! That was so much better than last week. Look at that. Hey, look at that mouse on my screen.
That's me.
Hey, what's up? Oh, you're a mouse. You're a human being.
Come on.
A human being with feelings.
Come on.
Hey, Aaron, how you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Guys, it's Aaron Trites, manager of community development at Harmonix.
Knock it off.
Yeah, everyone, keep your chatters.
Come on.
We're gonna talk a little about what's going on with us, and then we're gonna we'll show some Fantasia.
Before we show it,
yeah,
we should call out. Last week we were running on a PC build, which you did a good job of qualifying at the beginning of the show.
This week
we're not.
No, we were running on an Xbox One development kit. Well, that's.
Yeah, that's the appropriate.
Yeah, it is. That's not why I paused. I just wanted it to sink in that we are running natively on an Xbox One camera. We are like the only people doing that, man.
This might be the first time for a lot of people in the stream that they've seen anything run on the One.
On the One. That's a.
He had so much Afrin before.
I feel really lightheaded.
So much Afrin.
It's well, I'm super congested because first of all, we came back from the convention.
Yep.
So we're all dying because that's what happens after a convention. I spent all weekend in a recording studio making music, which is also great, but like minimal airflow. And then today, in the other building at Harmonix, the air conditioning is broken, and it's 95 and really humid. And so I just had 2 half-an-hour meetings back-to-back where I was just sitting there like feeling my sinus pressure condense. So I took
Meanwhile, it is positively Arctic up here.
It is freezing up here. But you don't care about any of this, do you? You want to see some video games.
I care.
Well, let's talk a little about the Xbox One. So we are, as far as I know, I believe the only 3 games that are announced for Xbox One camera, like the new Kinect for Xbox One, are Us, Zumba, and I think Just Dance 2014.
Cool.
Which is pretty awesome. So I don't know if they're doing live streams, but we are here to show you stuff. We can't actually show you the camera because, as you may have seen from some initially leaked photos, the Xbox Ones that were development kits were sent out with like these crazy stripes on them, so you can kind of tell which one is which.
It's a zebra box.
It doesn't look so great. The newer stuff we got at E3 actually looks, I believe, is final form factor. Yep. It looked really great. We don't have those yet. We're ordering some. They're going to be here soon.
Just trust us.
So right now, you're going to have to trust us, just as you trusted us last. Nope. Just the worst. You're going to have to trust us that this is a good build. But last week we ran on a PC, and we were very honest with you about that. We didn't want to be there to be any confusion. But moreover, this is my least favorite thing that's ever happened. I feel like I'm in Clifford the Big Red Dog, but it's like Jerky the Big Red T-shirt. Thanks for making me fade to opaque, by the way, when you did that just now. Apparently, Aaron's grow and shrink ray makes everyone else go transparent. Speaking of grow and shrink rays, we're going to play the game in a minute, and Nat was really excited for that transition. But so, Xbox One, it's great. The camera's awesome, and that's going to play it. Hopefully it doesn't crash. It crashed last week, but we actually did not have any crashes of that kind at E3. So who knows what's going on?
Coming out in 2014. We got plenty of time.
Lots of RAM.
Nope.
Damn it. I don't know why you're both so excited about it over there in the control room.
First time running a live stream.
Well, guys, anything else you want to mention? Stuff with Rock Band and Dance Central. We have some cool Dance Central fitness challenges that are up. Yep. People should check those out on dancecentral.com and on rockband.com.
We've got some new swag in the Spreadshirt stores.
Spreadshirt.com Harmonix.spreadshirt.com.
Yep. We have the mic icon for Rock Band.
Yeah,
on shirts
it's actually not that different than the shirt you're wearing.
Similar.
Which I feel like you're trolling the chat with.
This is a bass guitar, though.
Yeah, but you're trolling the chat with that shirt, right?
A little bit.
Okay. Because people really want the guitar icons, which we
can't buy it though.
Don't have the permissions to use. I feel like the desk is way taller in this shot than the other shot, just for what it's worth. I feel like it's like, like I feel like I'm here and then I'm here. I don't know, man. I feel like my seat is changing.
Our seats are always changing.
My seats are always changing. So
we should show some gameplay.
Why don't we get to the gameplay?
We should show literally anything
Jessa is in the chat. She is taking. It's the worst. Jessa is taking questions from people and trying to compile them for Eric to ask. So if you have questions about Fantasia Music Evolved, the latest awesome music creation experience from Harmonix, ask them as we play, and we will try to answer them both as we go, and then at the end, a little Q&A. So we're going to slide out of the way, and Annette's going to come on in. Come on in, Nettie. Come play the game. Guys, it's Annette Gonzalez, community manager for Harmonix on Fantasia Music Evolved, and she is joining us on screen for some magic. Yeah, she's also giant because she's like 8 feet from the camera compared to the rest of us.
I feel like the screen gets wider every week.
It does not. Hey, there you are, Annette. Look at you, picture in picture. Oh yeah, throwing shapes. So Annette, I think we're gonna start. We're gonna start with the Shoal this week. Is that what's gonna happen?
Yeah. Oh, but we saw that last week.
Oh, but there's so much to find, Aaron. Don't you know about our game that we're making? Gosh. So we showed you a little bit last week. I believe we showed you Bohemian Rhapsody and some seahorses.
Yep.
Did we show Jazz Clams?
Oh,
or did it crash before that?
Jazz Clams constantly.
You want to play Jazz Clams again?
Yeah, we had a request for more Jazz Clams.
Oh, Pope's on the mic over there. Great. We may do some more Jazz Clams. I had to register the Jazz Clams Twitter account because Pope said @Jazz Clams on Twitter like a jerk. Hey, so look at the Shoal. It's the 3D environment. So again, to give you some context, if you missed last week, these are the explorable realms of Fantasia. They are created out of pure music and magic by Yen Sid, the master sorcerer, creator of all things Fantasia, whose name backwards is Disney.
What?
Mind explosion. So Annette's walking from side to side. You can see the camera sort of parallaxing, following her around. She can sort of traverse this space. There's a little bit of tearing today. I don't know what that's about. Game development, it's real time. You can see it's pretty docile when we start. So are we going to cheat through the Bohemian Rhapsody song with the keyboard cheat? Oh yeah, we can just go right into it because of the way this level works. So Annette's got her muse here, and if you missed last weekend, this is the 3-dimensional cursor. You can reach out in the world and touch, so it's actually X, Y, and Z. You can run into little interactions. She's lighting up some coral. She's fighting these seahorses. We did that last week, so let's move on. But over here in the corner, Annette sees the second song, Fun Some Nights, what we didn't play last week. Let's zoom in and hear some remixes of Fun Some Nights. So this is performance gameplay. Again, to catch you up from last week, performance gameplay is where you play along with music that is embedded in the world. It's sort of in reference to Mickey conducting the cliffs in The Sorcerer's Apprentice in the original film. You can use either hand, complete gestural freedom to express yourself, and also you get to create music along the way with our music manipulators and pick mixes with our mix choices. So Annette's going to create a remix on the fly that we've never heard before, which I'm excited about.
You've heard these before.
I have not. Maybe not. I don't know what she's going to do.
Not this exact.
I have never heard this exact remix. I've heard the song before. So this is one of the mix choices. Annette picks Pink, the original instrumentation. Looking good. Why'd you say Because you want something different? Well, there's lots of choices in this song.
I want the marching bands.
So Annette, we'll add some horns. How's it sound in the chat there, guys? Sounds good? Great. Pope wants some more. Annette is transparent in a way that's terrifying. So this is one of our music manipulators. This song happens kind of fast and on right on top of itself, unlike Bohemian Rhapsody. It's one of the easier songs in the game right now, by the way, for what it's worth. So if you see the author, which is a little slow, that's intentional. But if Annette can get every edge of this cube lit up, this prism, she can get the sort of musical matter inside to explode out and allow her to create things in real time. So she'll be able to, I believe, shape the vocals with a cool transformer. Let's see what she can do. Tap delay, sort of a weird vocoder effect. This is called the effects sculpture, so we're adding effects to the vocal. And if she leaves it, it'll just play back the loop she's created. And then you can see over the next little section, it's going to keep playing this effect over the vocals. It's pretty cool. Nice one. You made that sound even weirder than it is in real life. Do you do more sound on sec? Can you hear what you're doing?
What a pro.
Annette can play the silence if she needs to. sounds of silence. So again, the idea here is that the sorcerer sent you in, and he says, you know, transform the music, unleash all the magic. And your job is to collect the magic and bring it back to the workshop from the film. And then playing along with the song she's already played once or twice in the game. So we're about 3 or 4 hours in the gameplay here. So we're not, we're playing kind of crazy electro. Here comes the tuba. You can see that the icons over those colors are sort of the instruments, both that you're about to add to the mix, so those 4 mix slots at the bottom there, but also what you're theoretically playing along with in the next section of the song. How would you categorize it? Just say we have like the original Pink Master, a green sort of like electro, yeah, a little reggaeton dance beat at the end, and then a brass marching band style.
I like how you put a little bit of accent on that.
Reggaeton.
Yeah. Very authentic.
It's not my favorite style of music, but I'm happy to represent it in this song.
And blue mix.
Yeah. Are we just trying to show that it's not scripted?
No, I'm asking the crowd what they want.
Oh, that's cool. You're just taking like a straw poll with the Iowa video games here. Here comes Pope. I did subtly say we might need more sound on set, but I was trying not to be too declarative about it. Well, because I don't want to criticize, Joe does a killer job mixing for the audience. That's
just in time for the end of the song.
Who cares about us? Last one, Pope. Here comes.
Green.
Green. All right, electro. Make it dance. Oh, a hiccup.
Is it a hiccup or is it a reggaeton?
No, it's a hiccup.
Oh.
The audio should never drag. We learn new things about our game every time we play on the stream, guys. It's really important. It's basically QA testing, really. So this is another music manipulator. I believe Annette's going to play the sound sketcher, which will let her draw a melody, I believe, on a keyboard part, although I haven't played the song myself in a while, so I'm not sure what it's mapped to today. So we'll see. So she'll draw a new melody that she's creating in real time that'll then play over the next section of the song. That's a pretty good one. You always trace over it again. They see the little record and play icons in the upper left-hand corner of your screen telling you all about what you're doing inside of this sound sketcher. And then it'll continue to play back over the next section here. You see the little prism in the bottom left-hand corner shows that it's still playing back her solo. Sounds good enough. So that now is blended. You can hear the horns, you can hear the electric drum beat, you can see the whoa whoas, the main audio. So she's transformed the song pretty aggressively. You can see it's got 2 greens and 2 blues there at the bottom.
It's a really cool way to mix things up, especially if you're maybe not a fan of certain songs.
Yeah.
Like being able to hear it completely reimagined as like a marching band version of that song is like totally different.
So it's one of the things where when you hear the track list get revealed, you sort of don't want to dismiss anything wholesale because it might be exactly the song you love. Oh God, Transparent Annette has brought, nope, where that music is landing, cut away, cut away. She said ghost. So you can see right there that it formed this little portal, and again, we said this last week, but just to catch up new fans, that's called a transformation key currently. We might change that name. And that's all the energy from the song pouring out into the shoal, into this discoverable realm that Jens had created, which allows you to transform the world in big ways from the energy you've released. So if Annette takes her muse and brings it over to the transformation key, she can pick either way. You can see that brings a ton of, she can collect that little prism of magic, brings in the drum beat from a little bit of the rambling drums from Fun Some Nights, and opens up a little portal down below. Do you want to go right in there? All right, so if Annette brings her other hand up, you can so she can sort of part the seas to zoom in there. She's like the Moses of remixing. And this is one of our more complex instruments that we've created. And here we're actually going to teach you how an instrument works in real time, a new way of playing music with motion and interacting with the camera. And then we're going to let you trace and create your own melody that's going to follow you back in the world. So all Annette can do right now with the muse is reach out and bump into this coral. And it spawns these fish, these puffer fish, that play a baritone sax when you trace over them, which is pretty awesome. So in the bottom left corner there of the screen, you see now she can hit another set of coral, and this is actually these burping fish that play the vocal sample from Some Nights. So you hear the sort of whoa, 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 repitched and resampled, so it sounds cool in the chord progression we're in. The last one in the back right is a spinning fish that plays a clarinet sample that sort of sounds like Arana Gozi may have recorded it, our co-founder. So now from the onboarding of the game, you know that you're now in the record and play state. See, the upper left-hand corner says play. This is what you're making a melody over, sort of like the rhythm track. Put your hand up, you can start recording. So Annette can spawn as many of each fish as she wants, trace over them in whatever order she wants at whatever speed, and she'll make a little 2-bar loop. She puts her hand down to hear it back, and it's a pretty rockin' fish melody. You want to do it again, or are you good? She's good. Okay, so she can do this many times as she likes, but she can also zoom back out, and these fish will follow her and create a melody in the main plane of the shoal. There they are.
I like to only have burping fish in mind.
Only burping fish?
Only burping fish.
That sounds a lot like every day with you. Yep. So that's pretty rad. Those fish will swim away. They'll come and go. They sort of have a place in the form of the underscore that's happening in the song, so they only appear when it's quarterly relevant, but they are pretty awesome, and they play Annette's custom melody. So she's actually creating in the world, not just exploring it. It's a lot of her sort of, it's like a record of all the things she's done. And I think they're swimming back right now. Is that them? Yeah, there they are. Hey, guys. See, we have a little bit of a spotlight on the middle of the shoal there in that little cove that Annette created, but it's still pretty docile elsewhere. Annette can turn on other parts of the world by playing other songs, playing with transformation keys. Do it. Look the other way, we get a little spotlight. Oh, look at this. It's a weird little ring of sea anemones. Playing a little bossa nova. Oh my God, there's a crab. What a cool crab. He's a little afraid of the cursor, though. You can only get him excited if you get all those anemones light up at the same time. The crab may dance. Yeah.
Yes.
Playing some jazzy, sort of like calypso-style guitar. A little Django Reinhardt. Django Reinhardt's not really calypso. What's the word I usually use? Jeff Castaneda. Yeah, our friend Jeff Castaneda from MTV. Inspired the crowd. He's got a little castanet claws. So he rocks out, and he's there. We turn him on and off, kind of get him psyched. Play with the fish that swim around him. Turn on his little orchestra. You want to play some Jazz Clams one more time for the fans of the Jazz Clams? Hey, does anyone have the controller? You want to get that for him? Is that the right one?
You did it.
Isn't that the right? Yeah, it did. You see there's a giant whale floating in the background there. I'm not saying that to call it anything, but for fans of Fantasia, you may notice the giant whale swimming around. So if Annette wants this, she's just cheated her way through Bohemian Rhapsody because she's a cheater. She grabs the transformation key. She can bring up our good friend, the Sleepy Turtle, bringing the world fully to life and activating what we call the Jazz Clams. The most exciting part of any video game ever released, game of the year, Jazz Clams.
More Jazz Clams.
This game's not coming out to
It's
not coming out to 2014, but it's already the game of the year. So Annette gets to learn again the instrument one step at a time, playing these crash cymbals, these some hi-hats, and we have this kind of like cool ambling Bohemian Rhapsody-esque jazz quintet or sextet. And then she gets to make her own drum solo. And we're quantizing also always sounds good no matter what she's doing, whether it's
more quantizing than any other game.
That's a good one. Keep it. Zoom out.
One of the things that went over really well at E3 was that there's so much latitude in those scenes where people can make it as lightweight as they want it to.
Yeah, you can do a crazy...
Can make it as crazy in depth as they want to. Like,
yeah.
There was one dude that spent like 15 minutes just on the Jazz Clams. And
that dude's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's brought a lot of life to the show. There may be some other things to discover when the game comes out in 2014, but we've shown you a bunch of things we have already, which is pretty exciting. So I think we were talking now about showing you a little bit of the press. Yeah, we'll take some questions from the chat if Eric has any queued up, because it takes a little bit to reload in this branch because we're still optimizing. But so we're gonna sneak back in.
Oh, okay.
Come join Annette, floating in space, sitting down.
Yeah.
Why don't you come sit with us, Annette? Yeah. So what's up, Pope? Any questions from the chat that you think we can answer already?
Yes.
Oh,
can you hear me? Oh, God.
Yeah, voice of God. What's up?
Hear me now.
Yes, we can hear you.
Aaron, you're sitting on the dais. It's not really respectful.
I actually have one myself that I thought maybe you could explain.
Okay.
when you say quantized, what does that mean?
So
'Cause that's used a lot in the game to make this musical.
So quantize means, if you think of music like a grid, right? There's sort of a 4 beats. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 8th notes in between those. There's 16th notes in between those. So you can really make music sort of look like a grid if you wanted to. It's the way you read music, which is sort of a horizontal and a vertical grid. The idea of quantizing is sort of snapping expression that you're doing as a player to the beats or to the melody line, well, to the beats in terms of quantizing, and also to the melody line in terms of some of the pitch shifting that we do, to make sure it always sounds musical. No matter what you do, it should sound like your expression. But we don't want it to sound like you can fail and make something that sounds bad, because it's not a game about mastery on that level. We want it to be about mastery on the level of like feeling like you have real control over the game, but not feeling like you necessarily have to be obsessive just to get it to sound decent. It's always going to sound decent and good.
Cool.
So that was fast.
That's good. We do have one more question.
Let's answer one more, and then we'll boot in the press.
Question for the crew. Jessa, do you know who this is from?
Munchie has a question. What's up, Munchie?
You guys have said you have the tools to release more Rock Band 3 DLC. If you had the opportunity and the time to do it, would you consider releasing some of the Fantasia exclusive songs in the Rock Band store?
Exclusive songs mean like the remixes, or the songs we have only on Fantasia?
I think he just means soundtrack songs from Fantasia.
We never say never to anything, because who knows?
Who knows?
But I would not encourage you to get your hopes up that we're going to release more formal Rock Band DLC from Harmonix, even in promotion of Fantasia.
It's also worth noting that, like with songs licensed for Dance Central, like
not the same.
Each game is licensed individually, so like
in fact,
we don't get blanket licenses to just use these songs in whatever game.
And in fact, like Harmonix is not actually licensed. I mean, we're collaborating to license the songs with Disney, but like Disney's actually licensing songs, so it's like a totally different publisher, different game. But good question.
Could definitely help further relationships with those artists for new games, new content, whatever down the line. But
we are trying to keep our music partners happy and engaged, but in this case, it's a very different experience. Why don't we boot in the press? What is happening, Eric?
Trying to get Joe to turn the volume down so you guys aren't...
No, turn it up.
No, I only want to hear the orchestra.
Always.
The answer to your question is an orchestra tuning for 6 minutes. So Annette is going to play some Shoal. Nope, that's terrible. And Aaron and I are going to slide off screen. There we go. We did not need to go that far. Aaron's going to man the controller for Annette, though, and he's going to tie a giant knot around one of our lights with his microphone cable, which is terrifying. So this is the press. We showed a little bit of the press last week before I believe it crashed like a mofo. So we're going to hopefully it won't crash this week. Fear of missing out is what I meant, FOMO. And we won't miss out on anything. We'll have only good things to show you. So again, if you remember from last week, the press is a industrial printing press. It is staffed by cool little R2-D2 steampunk robots. And you're trying to bring it back to life and make the world a vibrant place full of print media.
You think they're cool, but I hate them.
Leg.
I hate those robots.
Why do you hate the robots so much, Aaron?
They're just the worst.
They're not the worst. They're helpful.
I am so glad that this whole level is just a robot torture scene.
Yeah, you and Daniel love beating up the robots. I'm sympathetic to the robots, because I feel like a cog in a machine sometimes. So Annette's walking side to side. You can see the edges of the shoal, not the shoal, I'm sorry, the press. Some cool smoky stuff, some machines kind of banging some newspapers. Not much to do until she actually does the first interaction in this case, which you saw last week, but she's going to get our foreman, our robot foreman, I call him George, but that's not his name, to fix the blue machine in the background. Red robots, nope, that's not going to help Annette. He's scrubbing until he says, blue, yeah, he nods. He summons his robot friends and they head back to fix the robot machine. Why are you shaking your head no?
They're lazy.
They're not lazy.
Oh, it's not the right color.
You know what? They need proper instruction, like you do.
Yeah.
A
lot of guidance.
Look at that. They brought the world to life, Aaron. Can you do that? Can you bring my world to life? I don't think you can. So that's collecting that magic. There's a little bit of magnetism there. You can see that the prism's sort of flying in, filling up that progress bar at the top of the screen. This is where we got to last week, and that can knock those robots over. The muse is Aaron's favorite part. The muse is a physical object in space, so it's pretty rad. Now, what did we show last week? Did we show Locked Out of Heaven? Did it crash? Do you want to play it again? What do you think, folks? Why don't we do both?
Our way through Locked Out of Heaven.
Let's show the level. And are we skipping down below on the right? Yes. Okay, great. Then we definitely have time. Because that world is unstable.
We'll make time.
So you saw some Bruno Mars last week. We'll keep playing all the way through, and it will finally actually finish this week. It won't go to black screen in the middle. We'll take requests, yeah, so if you have some, the green mix is a ska reggae remix. Pink is the original, and blue in this case is a sort of electro dance remix.
I will say, this is maybe the last song of the songs that we've announced so far that I would voluntarily listen to, but my absolute favorite in the game so far.
Like, it's not really in your normal wheelhouse, but the remixes are so good.
Oh yeah, like the gestures are often super fun, and then and the ska remix especially.
So you can see also we've done a really, this song's a little bit more difficult. We've added more stuff. Oh yeah, that drum beat's so good. We've added more cues on screen for you to follow along with.
Oh,
Stay on blue? Okay. I want to remind people that green is the ska remix. Oh, and she missed it anyway because she was so frustrated. So you guys did not get what you want. Okay, people are changing their minds. Have I persuaded them with my argument? So these cubes are pretty rad. We've done a little more pattern work in this song, so you can see it's sort of the same repeating pattern.
More cubes than any other.
So this is called the Beat Chopper, which I'm not sure, I know we had it last week, but oh man, it's so good. So Vanette reaches her hand closer to the screen, it plays a shorter sample, and she's actually chopping up the drum part and making a 2x loop.
I love that.
That's pretty great. So the Beat Chopper is one of my favorite ones, and that can be used on vocal samples, melody lines, on drums. Oh man, here comes that reggae bass line, that reggae ska bass line.
It sounds like such a Police track at times.
I believe Bill Whitney played this bass part.
Yep.
And he is a beast.
Yep. Bill played everything
except for the drums, yeah. Which is weird because Bill builds drums.
Really?
Yeah. We're talking about the green remix for what it's worth. I think on the blue mix there was a different team, but yeah, Caleb played the green drums. They're great. We have a ton of really talented musicians at Harmonix who just don't get enough time to explore and have fun.
A lot of people that did the offering, especially the pro offering for Rock Band 3.
Yep. These are our push and tracer, and that sort of pops that circle in and then follows at the end. It's the kind of authoring that is the worst at in the game, I would say, universally. She's working on it though. So here, instead of just like, we're sort of prescribing your motion a little bit with a pace, which is something we don't do most of the time. I should say that these builds that we're showing also only have a subset of the gestures we intend to have in the final game. We're kind of testing them out on people, and you're in Cambridge, you want to be a tester, you know, look for Harmonix's help wanted notices. We need people to tell us if our game's good. This is a sound sketcher with a cool little synth patch.
If we end up doing any local playtest, we'll probably broadcast that on the Harmonix channel.
Yeah.
Either on Twitter or on Facebook.
Stay tuned to @Harmonix on Twitter and facebook.com/HarmonixNews. Yes, I believe that's correct. Yeah. Is Christine in the chat too? No. So she usually yells at us. Nice melody in it. This is one of our fake outs. Sometimes the net does not get this one. So you can see there's little arrows that fly in to meet the bigger cues that pulse right as you're about to hit them. Oh wow, this is the best part. Drums, Caleb's drums, Caleb Wheeler, drummer for Giant Target, and a bunch of other bands.
Yep, fortune.
Wow, harsh words with Giant Target, Aaron.
No harsher than they've said about themselves.
The cool thing about watching this game for me when I'm in the room is that I really want to get up and play myself, which is like kind of the best way you know that the song is pretty fun. Nice job, Annette.
You did it, girl.
Good score. And there'll be leaderboards for you to compare and compete with your friends. We're also going to have 2-player local multiplayer. We'll be showing that off later this year. So all that magic comes flying out in the world, and Annette is going to be able to grab that transformation key. Man, look at all those robots just asking for it. They just want to get beaten up.
Oh, you were going to clobber those guys.
So grab that transformation key with the Muse and turn on this next machine, which I believe is the folding machine. And it immediately breaks because this is a terribly constructed factory. All the parts were not made well. But Annette can get the yellow robot to come help her out here. Oh, she knocks one over in the process like a jerk.
Good job.
Hey, can you help me, SWAT? So if Annette follows the robots over, they will start fixing that machine in a very musical way. Get there. And now you see those newspapers are being folded and put into pallets and sent out the other side. Some magic to collect there. I actually love that under the Muse right now, where your hand is actually the machine is stamped with a Yen Sid stamp, which is Yen Sid is the creator of Fantasia. Nice little call out from our Our team. You gonna do the other thing? All right. There's more to do on that side, but we'll skip over it now. But Annette can suck these robots in the sky, which is gonna make Aaron all the way happy. This is a giant magnet.
Wreck 'em.
There you go. Yeah, get your hand back. Get a robot over here. There they go. Here they come. You knock them down. Up.
Yeah. How many do you need to start a dance party? Is it 4?
Let's see if we can get all 4. They're right there right now. Can you get off? Yeah, robot light party. Arbitrary things because video games. So Annette and Aaron love torturing the robots. I feel bad for them. So do we want to play the other song? Yeah, do it. Maybe we won't finish the level to keep some, but we'll play one more performance song. We want to keep some of the mystery for you guys. But go ahead. This is Avicii's Levels. See what I did there? We'll finish levels, but we won't finish the levels. What? Oh, words.
I get it.
So Avicii's Levels is one of these huge electronica songs or electronic dance music songs that you know even if you don't know you know it. It was used in Good Feeling. The Flowrider song is the underscore. He was a producer on that. Uh-oh. There we go. That was weird. And you may hear it at a basketball game. It gets people up and dancing. But we've done crazy things with the remixes. So unlike genre remixes, where we've done for most of the other songs, it's like, oh, it's reggae, or it's ska, or it's classical. This one, they're both still pretty dance music remixes, but one is incredibly spacey and distorted, and one is incredibly chiptune and bit crush.
So good.
Which way are you going with? Bit crush one, all right. And the authoring is far more, I'd say, of the authoring we've seen, this one's far more dancey in a way that I kind of like. It's nice to have some variety though. See where she goes now. It's a really fuzzed out, distant keyboard. Super spacey.
I think this is the remix that Casson did, yeah?
I believe so. You might have done both of them?
Maybe. People know Casson from Freeze Pop.
Yeah, Casson from Freeze Pop, project director on Dance Central 1 and 2. Super smart dude, great keyboard player, great audio guy.
Sure.
He's currently working on a different Harmonix project, not on Fantasia, but he still came over to do a really cool remix here. So now has a sound sketcher to do the drums. Sort of a density top to bottom thing. It's more dense at the top, more snared up at the top. And then this beat that that's creating will be the beat under the next section of the song. Pretty awesome. Better when you play it right, but.
Wow.
I'm just saying, I'm back here, but you know, I'm conducting my way into the hearts of America. Ah, so good. That vocal effect is the best. Sorry, no. Just like the robots take abuse, sometimes when it takes abuse. Oh, spacey drums. You can really hear how the authoring maps the drums here. Because it's very one-to-one. Well, it was last time I played.
People watching for the first time might not notice, but as you start to play through the different mixes, you realize that the gesture authoring is different depending on which mix you select.
Right.
So some mixes might be more complicated than others, might have higher point values, need different like optimal pathing strategies to do them.
And that's about driving a new synth lead line, which is really important in electronic music, which is awesome electronic music. But yeah, it's custom each way, which means there's a lot. You know, you could really find the optimal path to custom scores by knowing what more notes are.
Or simply for replay value.
Yeah, it's different
We've
every
been
time.
playing through these songs, I mean, dozens of times over at E3, and it's the kind of thing where in an 8-10 hour day, you don't hear the same song twice.
I've never seen enough play this part, which I believe is the bass part, the pink part there. Yep, here's the chiptune outro. So good. I feel like an SNES is like freaking out right now. Maybe a Game Boy Color. Nice. Way to read ahead and try to get that last cue. So yeah, hey, that's Avicii's Levels. One of the many remix paths you can choose there, which is pretty awesome. So we are. Why don't you come sit with us, Annette? Finish this on camera. Yeah, you can pause it if you want. So things are happening. You can hear the Avicii sample kind of in that transition. There's lots of stuff we could do after this, but we're not going to do. We're going to keep some of the mystery alive for you. And that's
we do this show every week, right?
Yeah, we got to hold some stuff back. We got a lot of gameplay.
If people wanted to subscribe for more information about this show,
could not tell you how to do that.
No?
I'm guessing it would be a button above us.
I can. Subscription link.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're being really specific. That's
just
great.
click it. It's
Your
somewhere-
tiny
it's
body in
somewhere-
this giant frame.
It's somewhere up there. Just
in the
click
stars?
Just click on. It's somewhere out there. We're not alone
Supermoon.
in the galaxy.
Supermoon the button.
Wow.
Yeah, Supermoon. You know about
Oh,
Supermoon?
Supermoon. That's not what I heard.
Oh, no, I said Supermoon.
Okay. Okay.
Aaron.
No, I
Get your
I
mind
don't
out of
know.
there. Nope!
I don't know.
Now it's under Aaron's feet. Now it's over Aaron's head.
So subscribe. We're going to be doing shows every Monday. We're going to have a lot more Fantasia Music Evolved. We're going to have a lot more Rock Band. We're going to have a lot more Dance Central.
Yeah, some great DLC stuff. We may have some codes to give away in the future for other stuff. Oh, hey, Annette, join me behind the desk. Slide over this way. We're going to drive this. I feel like we should be doing a Conan O'Brien desk drive right now over a highway. We could totally do that.
Someday.
It would probably crash Wirecast.
Add a shot.
Aaron, thank you for being our guest here on the two hosts, one guest program that we have going on.
Thank you both for having me.
Annette brought her coffee cup, and I have other hand. There you go. And my Diet Coke. We'll be here every week at 6 o'clock. Are we doing next week? Did we decide?
We might.
Okay, so we may take next week off. I'm out of the office. A bunch of people are traveling for vacation
If you subscribe, you'll get a notification.
You will get a little ping that we are live on the air with our friends at twitch.tv. Twitch.tv/Harmonix Music. If you want to subscribe, you're on that page already, so click the button above. Do we have questions from the chat that we want to take before we wrap up? Anything good? Anything you want to throw out there from us? People in the room do not care right now.
Nervous
they are checked
glances
out.
between Jessa, between Pope.
Jessa is too busy banning people who are misbehaving, I'm guessing.
Unsure.
I think Jessa fell asleep.
Jess is asleep.
I know that in the coming weeks we're going to be talking about a cool thing that we're teaming up with Rock Band Aid to do.
Sounds great.
A community night for Rock Band, getting people organized, getting people playing. We're donating a ton of codes to them to give away.
Lots of codes. Man, do we have codes.
So that's going to be in July, so keep posted for that. Bing. Or you can go to rockbandaid.com. They have a lot more info too.
Yeah, you can do that. Rock Band Aid's our favorite. Hey, Tommy. How you doing? And then that's kind of all for now, I guess. So, Pope, are you pulling this up because you want to see is stuff in the chat?
Seeing if anyone has any questions that come up.
Any remaining questions from what we went over today? No questions? Nothing you guys want to do? What are you doing in the game later on? Are you bringing it to Eurogamer? We don't know about Eurogamer yet. We are talking about going to Gamescom and hopefully PAX. We're not confirmed for either yet, but we're hoping to have the game there in some capacity at both. We want to see you guys and talk in person. Probably not a new build at San Diego Comic-Con. Someone's asking about Comic-Con. I'm not sure we're going to Comic-Con. It's not currently on the plan, but I'm pushing for it. I love Comic-Con.
Well, that's in a month, so...
Yeah. So if we go to Comic-Con, it will not be a new build. It will be the same build that you saw at E3. But hopefully we'll see you guys at any of those shows this summer, and we'll be able to talk a little bit more and do some giveaways. Why does Aaron sit by himself? If you were here, you'd know. It's not great.
I know what I did.
Anything else that came up? When else can I play it later? Eliza, don't be ridiculous. That's a silly question. Just ask me on Twitter. Does the game support DX11 hardware tessellation? That, I don't know. That's
What
complicated.
about Oculus Rift?
Is the game coming out on Oculus Rift? No. Although I actually backed the Oculus Rift extension where you can run on a little treadmill thing. You've seen that?
No.
Where it tracks. It's like a harness that you can run on an octagon, and it tracks where you are, so you can move with your feet and shoot with a gun with a Kinect.
That's terrifying.
It's gonna be great. We're gonna bring it to the office. Maybe we'll play that on the air. Maybe we could play that on the air. That would actually be really fun.
Octodad and Divekick.
I'm ready to play any of those games. If the Octodad guys will stop big timing us.
I saw an Octodad
Tibbs.
channel on the front page of Twitch today.
As you
one
should.
of 3 sponsored channels, Dota 2, League of Legends, and Octodad. And the description for the channel was, WTF is this game?
Yep.
Which is a reasonable question.
No shirtless streams anytime soon, and I don't know is never a bad answer for a PR representative. I don't know is the best answer if you don't actually know. So there you go. Some news for you from the world of professional development. If you don't know the answer, don't make something up, because you might be wrong. Real professionals, unlike me and Aaron, don't do that. But we will make something up. DX11 Sport? Yeah, I don't know. Probably not. Probably yes. Maybe. Who knows? Sort through that quagmire of language. Cool. Cheese balls. Anything else? That's all we got. You guys are not. Yeah. Follow us on Twitter at Fantasia Game on Twitter and Facebook.com/Fantasia Game. Annette is there. Talk to you every day. So if you have more questions that come up, you want to see more Jazz Clan videos, let us know there. And otherwise, we will be back. I will not be back next week, but there will be maybe a show next week at 6 o'clock. Subscribe above to be notified. And we'll be back with more Fantasia gameplay later this summer. And that's pretty much all for this week. So yeah, holler at us on Twitter. Aaron looks so unhappy right now. We'll be back later. I'm just rambling now. I'm filling for time. See you guys soon. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you soon. Bye forever. Goodbye.